Students, today we are going to discuss about different classification of amino acids. You know that there are mainly three classification of amino acids. First one is structural classification, then electrochemical classification, and third one is biological classification. Structural classification that we already discussed in our last class. Then second one is electrochemical classification. Electrochemically they are classified into three groups: acidic, basic and neutral. That means based on the presence of acidic basic groups, they are classified into acidic, basic and neutral amino acids. So first one, acidic amino acids. They contain an additional carboxyl group in the side chain which provides enhanced acidic properties. That means this type of amino acid contains an additional carboxyl group. Example, aspartic acid, glutamic acid and aminocitric acid. Aspartic acid is COH, CH2, CHNH2, COOH. In this case you can see that there is one basic NH2 functional group and one acidic COH group. So it is actually neutral, but apart from these two groups there is one additional carboxyl group, so it is acidic in nature. The next classification is basic amino acids. As the name itself indicates, they contain an extra basic group in the side chain which is responsible for the enhanced basic properties of them. Example, lysine, arginine, histidine. So here you can see the structure of lysine, NH2, CH2, 4 times CH, NH2, COH. In this case there will be one additional basic functional group. That's why its name is basic amino acid. Here we have one NH group and one COH group, so it will be neutral. Apart from that there is one additional NH2 group, so altogether it is basic in nature. Then third classification is neutral amino acids or non-polar. There is no polarity, it is neutral in nature, or hydrophobic amino acids. Contain only one acidic group and one basic group. That is why it is neutral in their molecules. So neutral amino acids contain only one acidic group and one basic group. Their side chains do not show any acidic or basic properties. Example, glycine, simple amino acid glycine. Then alanine, valine, valine. Here we have the structure of glycine, NH2, CH2, COH. So you can see there is one basic group and one acidic group, so it is neutral in nature. So acidic and basic amino acids, sometimes called polar amino acids. That means they have one additional acidic functional group in the case of acidic amino acids, and in the case of basic amino acids there will be one or more basic functional groups, so they will be polar in nature. Whereas neutral amino acids are known as non-polar or hydrophobic amino acids. That's all about the electrochemical classification of amino acids. The third classification is biological classification. Based on their physiological importance, that means their functional importance or how they are important to our diet, and depending on whether they have to be supplied to humans through diet or not, the amino acids are classified into essential and non-essential amino acids. That means for maintaining good health we need some amino acids. That means our body synthesizes some amino acids. So in the case of essential amino acids, they cannot be synthesized by our body, so we have to supply them through diet for maintaining good health. So essential amino acids are those amino acids that cannot be synthesized by the human body from other compounds that are present in our body, and hence must be supplied in the diet. So essential amino acids should be supplied to humans through our diet. There are 10 essential amino acids that have to be made available through food. They are valine, leucine, isoleucine, arginine, threonine, glycine, methionine, phenylalanine, histidine and tryptophan. We know that there are 20 natural amino acids. Among them 10 are essential amino acids and other 10 are non-essential amino acids. Then non-essential amino acids. What are non-essential amino acids? In the case of essential amino acids, we know that they must be supplied through our diet and the body cannot synthesize them. So whereas in the case of non-essential amino acids, they are those amino acids that can be synthesized by the body even if we do not get it from the food we eat. So these amino acids can be synthesized by our human body. They are not essential to our diet. And examples: glycine, alanine, cysteine, serine, aspartic acid, glutamic acid, proline, glutamine, asparagine and tyrosine. These are the non-essential amino acids. So always think that when we go for eating food, we are going to eat essential amino acids. That means they must be supplied through our diet. That's all about the three main classification of amino acids. Now let us know about Z-trion of an amino acid. So what is a Z-trion? Here we have a structure of a simple amino acid, alpha amino acid. In this case, we have one carboxyl functional group and one NH2. This one is acidic in nature and this NH2 group is basic in nature. So in the same molecule we have one acidic functional group and one basic functional group. So due to the presence of an acidic group and a basic group in the same molecule, an alpha amino acid can exist in an ionic form that is known as Z-ion or dipolar ion. How it is formed? So due to the presence of acidic and basic functional group, from the acidic functional group this proton can transfer to the NH2 group, so forming an ionic dipolar form, CO minus, and here we have negative charge and here we have positive charge. So it can exist in a Z-trion. This is very important in your exams. So give an example for a Z-trion, then give a structure of Z-trion of glycine. This type of question usually asked in your exam. So a Z-trion or a dipolar ion is an internal salt formed by the interaction between an acidic group and a basic group that are part of the same molecule. Actually acidic group and basic functional groups are both are present in the same molecule itself. That's why the proton transfer to this NH2 group. So with the transfer of the proton to basic functional group NH2, it can exist in the form of a dipolar ion, that is the Z-trion. Actually it is both the charges are present in this molecule. It is actually neutral, not basic or acidic. Both the functional groups, both the charges are present in the same molecule. It is actually neutral. So it is in fact an electrically neutral ion containing both a positive and a negative electric charge. When we say about an ion, it will be a positive ion or a negative ion. Here it is an ion, but it is a neutral ion. Neutral ion means it has both negative and positive charge, but it is neutral in character. Here we have the structure of Z-trion of glycine. Glycine is CH2NH2COOH. So transferring the proton from here to the NH2 group, we will get the structure of Z-trion of glycine like this. Due to the existence in the Z-trion forms, amino acids are usually colorless. Their nature differs due to the presence of Z-trion nature. They are water soluble. That means here we have the polar nature. So water is a polar solvent. So they are soluble in water. And high melting crystalline solids. Due to the presence of these charges, they can form association with other molecules. So they have high melting nature and behave like salts rather than simple amines or carboxylic acids. They contain both the functional group carboxylic acid and basic functional group amino group. So they normally behave like salts instead of the nature of carboxylic acids or amine nature. In Z-triionic form, amino acids show amphoteric behavior as they react both with acids and bases. Because they contain both acidic and basic functional groups, so they can react with acidic compounds and basic compounds. So if a compound can react with acidic and basic compounds, that type of compounds are known as amphoteric compounds. So amino acids are amphoteric in nature. That's all about the basic things about amino acids. Thank you.